a seed from the stars. From the beginning of the creation of the pearl and her desire to become something, to evolve, to expand and grow, she always had allies all around the galaxies and dimensions, throughout space and time and outside of space and time. She knew she would have to go through different phases in her life, like we humans do when we grow up and enter certain stages in the evolution of our human existence. From our childhood years to the notorious teenage years, to becoming an adult and a senior, up to the dissolution of our material vessel. We knew what we were coming into. We knew what we signed up for. And Gaia knew what was coming too. When she made the decision to create human beings, she got very excited, and all of the beings that were involved in this co-creation got very excited too, because this has never been done before in this size of scope. A lot of us remember that feeling that is emerging when we just gaze at the stars. The feeling of longing and the remembrance in ourselves. The reaction in our hearts and in our body. Something in us seems to remember something. I'm sure you know this feeling in your heart, this feeling of longing for something that is out there. But where is it coming from? I remember almost getting lost, losing the feeling of time and space completely, diving into the vastness of the ocean of the stars and galaxies emerging, wandering around, drifting through space that seemed to be empty, but it never was. I remember looking at the stars in the night for hours and hours, wondering what might be up there, dreaming about all the hidden worlds, galaxies and species out there, wondering how their worlds and galaxies must look like, wondering how these beings might look like. What do they think? What do they do? Do they know about me? A little human girl dreaming about all the planets and life forms all around the galaxy. Sometimes I fell asleep with that feeling of wonder, and every time that happened, I woke up remembering pieces of dreams flying through space. I remember when they showed me how the earth was formed, and I remember how naked and small I felt next to that big pile of rocks whose size was impossible to grasp. And I also remember the disappointment I felt for a long time when I woke up in my human form. I'm sure you can relate or understand that after flying through empty space, visiting all kinds of galaxies and beings, waking up in the human form felt kind of limiting. And I was like, this again. It took me a long time to see the treasure that was hidden within the human form, and all the wonders and miracles that the human experience held within it. At some point, I wished I could have realized it earlier. But now I know that I realized the gift in experiencing the human form at exactly the right point in time. And at the same time, I realized that this was just a nanosecond in relation of all creation and the endless evolution of the universe. I'm sure all of you who are listening to this have had similar experiences while growing up. Maybe they were even more intense. Or maybe you're just opening up. Maybe your cells just start to remember. But what I know for sure is that there's a reason that you found this video. Or should I say, there's a reason that this video found you. The creation of the human being was kind of similar to the creation of the greatest artistic masterpieces that were ever created in all art forms. There's something really special about us humans, besides the fact that we feel all of these emotions and all the other stuff we're experiencing throughout our life. In comparison to all the endless species and life forms in the universe, the human species is a very young species. One could say that we're kind of in our toddler years in the evolution of our species on our home planet Gaia. And like all the toddlers, we're still exploring, experimenting, and learning what's possible. Learning how things work, learning the language of the universe, and most importantly, the language of our beautiful mother. Because there's a language that every species all around the galaxy speaks, a hidden language that is echoing through the words and sentences that are formed, a language that is to be felt. And this language is love. Everything in this universe is programmed to fast evolution. It may have started slow, but it gets faster and faster because it gains more and more momentum. You can see it when you look at the Fibonacci spiral in comparison to the spiral of an ammonite. There's a reason why some species, like the ammonite, become extinct. They were not evolving and adapting fast enough. And don't get me wrong, there's no pressure in evolving. There's a natural momentum, a natural flow of things. And like the vortex of creation that is spinning faster and faster, creating galaxies and worlds, the evolution of our Earth is moving forward in high speed, moving into the age of Aquarius, the age of fast evolution. So let's get back to the Earth, creating humans, and her evolution as a planetary being, and our evolution as all kinds of life forms engaging, interacting, and assisting in the evolution of the Earth. At some point, one thing got pretty clear. we did not know our role in the great cosmic scheme. We may have chosen to forget, and forgetting played the big part in the evolution of all existence, but it got pretty clear that it took us way too long to remember. Realizing that our great mother, the Earth, sent out an impulse that rippled throughout the fabric of the whole universe, in and outside of time. It was a call for help, and the call echoed throughout the whole universe, up to the darkest corner, where it was answered by all kinds of species and life forms throughout the whole universe and galaxies and dimensions in and outside of time. The pearl is a treasure, and well known in the great master cosmos. There's a reason why they call her the blue pearl. There are endless souls from all around the universe waiting, wanting to experience a life on Earth. So, when they heard the calling for help, they answered with hope and love in their hearts, even if they knew that it was still pretty early in the Earth's evolution. And when the elders, or the so-called star mothers, sent them down the purest light of the stars, each one of them carried a seed in their hearts. A seed that was planted within the wombs of their mothers and the great mother of all things. A seed that had the potential to grow and evolve into a beautiful flower that would change the world forever. And they called them starseeds.